Now back to where we are now. Remember the word genocide? And remember about your race decreasing. I want y'all to bear in mind, because everything I'm telling you, they're going to tie you with one thing or another. Listen to this, black marriages. Black women are the least likely to marry. The black marriage rate fell from 1970 to 2001 to 34%. Oh, what was the black men going around doing us, calling us? That hoe. My hoe. You young women, I want you to listen to me. My hoe. We haven't outgrew that yet. You know, my hoe. Nobody get offended in nobody in this room to get offended because we fact, and this is what they told me this meeting was about today. Okay? By the age of 30, only 52 black women will marry. 52% of black women will be married. That means 48% will marry, but the others will not marry. They don't have nobody to marry. Okay? 32% of those women will get married again within 5 years of a divorce. That wasn't none of me. I divorced, but I didn't marry 5 years. I've never been married again. I did it one time.
Me too.
But see, you know we're going through crisis. And my thing too is, as our song says, women, you just got to stand. S-T-A-N-D. God works it out somehow, and I am a Christian woman. I believe God works it out somehow. We know for a fact, even these young kids know about Japan. There was men, women, and children went into those grounds, and still there. They've been in tune. God will work it out. Hold on. Say hold on, women.
Hold on.
Because he'll work it out. We got one God. There's no black, white, yellow, red, and brown God. We got one God. And I have to say something about my Creator. Because I know he will work it out somehow. So just hold on. Now, for the rest of the statistics on this one is, for whites, that figure is 58% and 44% for Hispanic women. The black family has crumbled more in the last 30 years than in 14 decades. I want y'all to listen to these facts, because these facts are true. The black family, okay. Problem is that the impact of racist system that disproportionately penalize black boys and girls, black brides and black grooms. The economic disparity between the black community and the white community is growing. Now we headed back to racism again. If you notice, we headed back over there again to be into segregation. If you look around the community, remember in this town and in Fairmont, I know they had one, I want you mothers to remember, they had one daycare. You went to that one place. Now, am I right when they're telling you now you're back in your own true community with your daycare? Where's daycare now? Back in your community, or is it all still all over? But can you go all over?
So they got facilities, but I think more people would rather have them at people's homes.
Okay,
So,
at the home.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking overall. Okay. Unemployment rate in black America is higher today than it was during Martin Luther King's speech. 81% of them and 10.4% now. So we have really changed in where we going as a black family. And if you know one thing, God made a black family first. Before he did anything else to us, he made us. And he made that black family as well as he made yellow, red, and a black family. But we have to take care of our own. We got to remember to take care of our own. Because if you don't take it, the Bible tells you, a man that doesn't take care of his family is worse than an infidel. So that means we got to take care of each other. Just like the Christian family or any family you're in. You got to take care of your family. And that's not what we're doing right now. And only because there is people higher than people in the room. The bottom of the echelon, they know what's going on. There's people out there that bouncing that pencil, that bouncing the pencil at midnight and telling us how they're going to deal with us. How they going to lower the population. How they going to cut welfare and health care and all of this. Those that are voting, vote wisely when you vote. Know what you're voting for. Health care, welfare, and I don't care what you say. You may turn your nose at welfare, but welfare gonna be here as long as men don't take care of their families. As long as a black female is not gonna marry. Because those children gonna come one way or the other. So that's fact for that. And I'm gonna give you a fact on the Hispanic. And I want you to listen what black families is going on with the Hispanics. Hispanics now outnumber African Americans for the first time in the United States metropolitan area, shifting the politics and racial dynamics in city once dominated by whites and blacks. Census figure released Thursday, highlighted the growing diversity of the nation's 366 metropolitan areas, which were home to a record 83.7% share of the United States population. The number from 2010 count are already having a big effect on residents from districting in many states where district boundaries lie are being redrawn based on population size and racial makeup. That's just what I'm telling you. There's things going on because families are now downsizing. And there's things that going on where you vote now. A lot of these voting areas ain't gonna be there. They're losing votes everywhere they go because they're either shifting over here or shifting over there. So that's what's taking place. Hispanic become the largest majority in 191 metropolitan areas last year. Their population lifted higher as blacks left many economical hard-hit cities and north for the South, and new Latino immigrants spread to different parts of the country. Black people, I'm warning you. I'm warning you. You know when you talk about Detroit, everybody know what happened in Detroit and some of these other big cities that now that they have to leave their city because there was no jobs. There's no jobs there. And there's nothing there. So they come to states like West Virginia. And that's why I want to give you the statistics on West Virginia. You got to be careful. They come in here. You know, you got the FBI. Let's take it for instance. Do you know what color most of the people were working at the FBI in Washington, D.C.? They had a very large population. Most of them worked in D.C. That was what they call a chocolate city. But now, check the statistics here in Clarksburg and see what you get. See what you get. I'm not saying anything I'm trying to hide. What I say it again. Look at it. Where was those black people? They came and they went. You know, it's a socialization or whatever the reason. They told me they didn't like the clientele here. They didn't like what was going on. So they handed them back to the city, cut and pack, and left back out of here. That's what's going on in West Virginia. Now you got to be careful when they come and people visiting our cities and coming to live in here, what is going on in our cities? That we're complacent. You know what happens when you get complacent? You don't move. And that's what I mean by we got our works to do all over again. We got to show them that we are here. We're here in West Virginia. Our children, our men, women, and children. We got to keep our men out of penitentiary. Because the junkie is drugs. And what do those drugs lead to? A short life or penitentiary, which is the leading one. When we check, drugs is the leading thing. They got our brothers all locked up in that penitentiary. Drugs lead to killing. Killing leads to broke up families. Broke up families lead to what? Migration sometimes. Now, these are all facts. Ain't nothing I'm putting in nothing. You can check this paper. I got it. Anybody want it can get a copy. We're talking about the Hispanics, and this is what's going on. That's why we're tying all this stuff in together today. All right? Well, let me finish. The new metro includes Chicago, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Atlantic City, New Jersey, where states will lose United States House seats in 2012 elections. It's all about a dollar. Didn't I say it was up there early? It's all about money. You think they care what man they put in that penitentiary? Because the ones that ain't supposed to be going in there, guess what? Black or white, he ain't going. Somebody on his side say, oh no, let that one pass. But you, as families, you got to keep yours out of there. Only way we got to do, black brother, black sister, and no offense to nobody in this room, I'm keep saying that. Black brothers, black sister got to learn to go to the negotiating table. And you know what you do with the negotiating table? We talk. We talk about the issues that's confronting us. We're losing our children. We're losing our men. And now we're losing our women. We talk about genocide again. Okay? Other places seeing rapid Hispanic gains compared to blacks were Lakeland, Florida, Madison, Wisconsin, Oklahoma City, and Omaha, Nebraska, due to the mid-decade housing boom. That was a joke. That attracted many new immigrants seeking work in the construction and service industry. Now, you got to give it to the Hispanic brothers. They got it going on. Number one, they got a trade. They have a trade. They work hard. They get up in the morning. They live together. They live together. They know who the head of the household is, and they take care of the household. Here, ain't no little 5-year-old kid gonna run up and talk about they gonna run the house. You want to know why they growing? They got character in it. They been taught in their houses. They know how to come to America. They know how to get housing. They know how to do what they got to do to survive here. And now they are replacing us. You remember the aliens? They say the aliens is coming. The aliens, that movie, that's a crap. Guess who they replaced it? Who's being replaced? Here it is. Who's being replaced? Black folks is being replaced. Mamas quit having them babies. Am I right? Two, you got it, us black women got caught all over and you want to do China syndrome. 2 kids. Yes, America is hard to live by, but last time I checked in my Bible, he said he fed the sparrows, he can feed us too. I come from a family of 9. I'm a mother of 7 children. The son that died of mine, he's grown. And things happen along the way. I'm not sitting up here talking about ain't nothing happened to Amy. Come on now, I'm a mother of 6 children. Anybody know me? I've had hard times like anybody else. And I traveled extensively. And like I tell you, I have a white daughter-in-law. And I have a grandchild. So I'm not talking about we don't know what, I don't know what's going on. Yes, I do. I know the facts. But my mother taught us love for our man. Even though you don't have it, we still have love. Black women have love for their man. They have that love. But how long must we love? What do you love? Okay? Let me finish it up now. The Census Bureau reported last month that overall Hispanic population jumped from 42% In the last decade of 50.5 million, of one of every 6 Americans, blacks, 1.6 Americans, blacks increase a modest, listen to the word, modest, that means little bit, listen to me. The Smith, she said. Blacks increased a modest 11% to 37 million, which declined particularly evident in big cities such as New York, Detroit, Cleveland, St. Louis, and Maryland. Now those are your facts that I just gave you, and we came down from the black man being in prison, and then we gave it to your marriage, and then we gave it to you, the population where the Hispanics now have taken over us in America. Now when you go into these cities, you better know that the population of these cities, they have outgrown you. So now sometimes you have to say, let down your bucket where you are. You all didn't want to run to these colleges and stuff so well, you better know sometimes you got to let your bucket down where you are, because you ain't no doing no better if you went to Detroit today. You went to Cleveland today. You went to New York today. Or you in St. Louis. So you might as well decide in your mind that you're going to stay at home. And when you're at home, we all going to have unity. We all going to grow together. We all going to have character, and we're going to try to take care of these problems that all of us has had. Okay? And then we're going to form. And we're going to make West Virginia our home, which is what is our home. But now that you know all these documented facts, I know we're going to do better, and we're going to work together. Now, may the Lord shine on you, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Miss Amy. She is a warrior. How about that? Okay, next we have Miss Ingrid Cole, and she's going to do a selection for us.
Yeah, we got Sister Amy Park. She's going to light us up again.
Yeah, I would just like to say.
Hold on. There you go.
I got big mouth. I just like to say, now, this is my activist. I forgot to tell you I'm an activist, okay? You know what activist is? It makes things happen. So we got things happening in this room right now. I'm gonna back up, John, I can hear you. And you know, things happen. For the sister, the little young sister that says, yes, we do have to start in ourselves. But you know, we down the road. We don't have time to lose time. Everybody needs to be in a struggle. When you're talking about reunification, you know, they can learn like we can learn. I can learn from Motorcycle Jack. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's hear what you got to say, Motorcycle. You know, Jack. And you know, he does it for us. But we need people everywhere. We need reunification. Yes. We need it. Now, when you want to get private, little sister, let's get in a place of our own. But you can't open the doors and say you got a business meeting, I got a meeting going in here, and all but you can come in. Oh, no. The one thing about Miss Parks, about Amy Parks, is she said one time, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Whatever you got on TV, on computer, anywhere, I'm not going to take it back. Before I take it back, I add more on to it. Now, we have to learn that. We have to learn. You got to work with everybody. Did you hear the brother from Africa? Yes. Did you hear him? How are we going to bring him in if you shut the door? No, we may not understand what some of them say. We may not understand what they say, just like I told you about the ones on the bus. Yabba, yabba, yabba. We don't know what they're saying. They took our language a long time ago. But how many of y'all stop by and say, we want a Swahili class? Right. Learn your own language. Then when you get on the bus, you know what they're saying. Okay? I learned, because I've been with many colors, if you be your own self, and you stand up and have your dignity and your respect, and you're able to stand, like I was saying, you got to stand, then you can go anywhere and do anything. You can say anything you want and be proud of what you're saying. But there's a whole lot of other folks, and let me tell you what ain't here today. They're just plain old scared. When you say black, oh my goodness, I can't go down there. I got a white friend. I got a white mother. I got a white brother. Oh, my teacher is white.
Come on now.
But what about the brother coming over here? He says 20 of us. We might have some more from the Virgin Islands and anywhere else over there. You know what? How you gonna get them? But if brother came in, he know where there's 20. We got to go find that 20, because the brother here with a list, we're gonna get 20 more. But now, if you want to be unified, now that's what we talk about, unification. When we coming together, black and white has to come back together. Because we got children in it. Oh, now, honey, you shaking your head, but I got a grandchild. And I want that little woman to learn what color she is. Okay? Not just mama, you got the seed. That's what we after. Okay? You got to bring your seed. Didn't you get the thing from the statistic about the penitentiary? You black mamas that got them black babies because the man went to prison. He may have a white sister, but he still got the babies. The babies is what you need. Those are the seeds that make our population grow. This is why I took my time and gave you those statistics. It ain't black, hey Jack. He took enough time to come here. I ain't scared of Jack. And evidently he's scared of us. He took an open mic and said what he had to say. He ain't about me. I gave him facts and statistics. Now he getting angry. We can get down. If he got something he want to say, bring it on. Okay? How low do you want to go? Brother? See, he came in that door and he had something he wanted to say to us. Did he offend me? No. Did he offend you? He said nothing. He just told you what they was doing. That was facts. Some of y'all should have took them facts. You got to know what the weatherman is. You got to know what the Panther Party is. Just because they say Panther don't mean until your name is on the black or white, you become a sister or a brother, you do not have no problems. And let me tell you, sisters, do you know who training the brothers? And he was trying to tell you that in a nice way. Do you know who training the brothers now in the penitentiary?
Who's training?
Who's training the brothers?
Tell us who's training.
Did you know your brothers, the Muslims, that's training the brothers in the penitentiary and keeping them alive?
That's a good thing.
And keeping them alive. Come on, let me tell you what time it is. Let me tell you about the facts of life. And then we turn, as soon as they say black, first you got to know you was black. If you're scared of being black, you ain't black. You might be Oreo cookies. Excuse me, brother. We got them too. Oreo cookies. Black on the outside and white on the inside. Now, we got to be able to stand and say, I'm a black woman, I'm a black man, and I'm a black child. Wasn't nothing wrong with what's the other brother? I forgot now. But anyhow, I'm talking too fast. But Malcolm X, that's what he was all about. Two men, two sides. And we got to go there again. Don't be afraid, number one, who you are. Don't be scared of Jack. Because he came in the door. Did he intimidate you when he came in the door?
Nah, ain't nobody scared.
He's not, nobody intimidated us, but at the same time, we never have anything that's our own. They don't always have to be here.
But the door was open, honey. Let me tell you how to do with meetings and public meetings. In a public meeting, the door is open, they come in. You can't bar the door. Katie can't bar the door. But now, if you want a private one, get in your home, go to McDonald's, get in the Wendy's, anywhere, and talk about who you are. Because that's what brothers and sisters, that's what I was saying. Got to come back and negotiate. And then I call you one of them N-words, and you can call me anything. You can tell me how low do you go. That should be done in private. Because we already got issues. We got issues, black people. We got issues with one another. And nobody cannot grow if you don't talk about it. I don't know what you got to say, and you don't know, I didn't know what you had to say, and you didn't know what I had to say till I gave it to you, okay? So that's what we do as family. We got to stop making them, and you got all your facts, and you know why things happen. If you know why things happen, you're all about choices. You make some of these choices yourself. When you take that drug, go out there and kill somebody, go to penitentiary, whose fault is it? That's all I'm saying. Now we got to know that. We got to know. He didn't make you do it. I hate to pick on your jacket. You're doing it wrong. You had to say till I gave it to you. Okay? So that's what we do as family. We got to stop making them, and you got all your facts, and you know why things happen. If you know why things happen, you're all about choices. You make some of these choices yourself. When you take that drug, go out there and kill somebody, go to penitentiary, whose fault is it? That's all I'm saying. Now we got to know that. We got to know. He didn't make you do it. I hate to pick on your jacket. You're doing it wrong.
I'm used to saying that.
Okay, you know, he in the bar, so I know what he did. And he delivered. His delivery is good. But I wanted to say to my people today, because this is one of our first meetings, and we didn't need to know as a black person who we are. Because we got them children, we got them in the family, listen, we're still people, we're black. The code, black, we were born with it, ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change. But our character can change. And that's what, even what God wants. Before we get ready to leave here, that character got to be in order. If it ain't in order, where you going? Come on, talk about hell now. Y'all know about hell. Now, all the people don't believe it. Jack, I can go there with you too. If you don't believe in hell, we'll talk about it. You know, because some people don't.
I think we've already been there.
Yeah, well, see, me and Jack got to talk later because we can do that. But anyway, I just want to say these few words to you and just to know who we are. And don't get intimidated. You know, and be able to listen to anybody. If they're wrong, they're wrong. You don't have to receive it. You don't have to receive nothing I gave you. But I told you they facts. You can go to the computer and pick them up. I read you one out of Fairmont Times about the Hispanic. It's up to you to believe. Oh, it ain't so. Just because you say it ain't so, mean it ain't so. I just want you to remember that. Some of the young women that's in this room, the young people that's in this room, I hope they get a little bit. If they just get a little bit. There ain't very many black folks in West Virginia. That's all you need to know. But be the one that's going to be about something. We are here, and we have to be contented in the state of mind that we're in. That's what makes us uncomfortable when we do things when we got no business. Unification, come together. That's all it means. Come together. I used to travel with white folks all the time. My co-workers that my trainers was the white men and women. We used to ride all over West Virginia, get up at 5 o'clock. We go back in some of them hills and hollows like Madison, the Logan, and all that place, and they look at us real funny. Sometimes we done had incidents. I can tell you about some of them. I'll tell you about one of them. And they go. And they looked at you real funny, and the white guy that I was traveling with, he said, come on, honey. Let's go home and see about the kids. That kind of stuff brought us through. We're traveling and running over these hills and hollers, bringing in food stamps, information, health care, and all of these other things. We never know what God got for us to do. But what we do, we got to do it the best way we know how. And first we got to take care of people on this earth. And you know, if we take care of them on this earth, that's what Mother Nature's all about, then we can take care of us. You. We can be in here. And what makes us all on one accord is God put us all on the same cover. Right. Now, if you want to go in privacy now, we can do that. Sister, we can do that. But when that door is open, remember, the brother here come in, he gave you a list, got 20 of them. Jack got nerve now, he ain't got no nerve, he do it all the time. Comes in the door, he brought information.
I know personally who the ones that are been biased have been running this town.
I know you do, and so do I. It ain't but 12 or 15 families, right? All the rest of it's peons.
How do you change that?
How are we going to change it? God is doing it every day. That's why Japan, you got how many thousands in the ground right now?
I lived over there too.
Well, 15,000 just went on. You don't know where they're at. But that can happen in West Virginia with these coal mines. We could just go in the ground, we'd never be seen again, but it's nice knowing you, Jack. Okay? But that's how but we got to work together. As long as we're on the top of this earth, unification comes from us. And we got to work it out together. Now, ain't no need starting a duel. Why start a duel? These problems ain't going nowhere until you work them out. We got to work them out. Health care, schools, and all that, education and all that has to be worked out. I was blessed to go and blessed and not be blessed to go to a black school. Look at them now. We don't have a black school.
And we need it.
And we need, yes. Yep. You may say no, but we need it again. These children need to have a lesson. They need to have a lesson. But it's not happening. So while it's here, we got to do the best we can as a whole. That's why we got to go to the leadership, whoever's over our schools, over our churches, even though we got black church. If they wrong, they wrong. Work and do what you got to do in the capacity where you can do it. Thank you. All right.
I just want to say one thing in reference to other groups. This is the Blackunity Coalition. And it almost didn't be Blackunity Coalition. It almost was just Unity Coalition. Because some of the brothers and sisters in Charleston had problems with the word black. But on a national level, the brothers stood up and said, look, keep it black. We need it to be black. We need to develop black leadership. It's all right for Jack to come in and speak in the open mic, but he can't be a member of the Blackunity Coalition because we live up under white supremacy. We're throwing white supremacy off of us. We want these young sisters here to be leaders, grassroots leaders that can develop other leadership, and we can't do it, giving Jack too much play. We asked Jack to bring in the heads of our enemies, not just to give us information on our enemies, but to bring in the heads.
I want to motivate them so they will fight.
Okay, but we want you to bring in the heads of our enemies, not to just give us information. I'm going to be harder on you than my sister Amy Parks, because I'm younger, okay? You're going to have to deal with that if you really want to be down with the Blackunity Coalition.
That's right.
Come on.
All right, Ms. Netta.
Those who don't know me, my name is Janetta Lockett, and I grew up in Detroit, just moved here 2 years ago.